Hello everyone, and welcome back to Serious Sam 4, where today we'll be playing Chapter 15, From Earth with Love.
Now what? Huh? Strange things are afoot in the Arctic Circle. Hey, Sam! Who are you? I'm you from the future. It's complicated, just roll with it. It's not the weirdest thing that's happened this week. Listen up, your team's safe. Hellfire took care of that, but that Weasel Brand has the Grail and is headed for the portal now. In this version of the timeline, you landed too far to the east. But don't worry, I got you covered. Thanks, buddy. Good to know I have my back. What can I say? We're a great guy.
Sir, the pyramid is done charging.
All right, I'm coming. That was interesting. Quinn, I need a route to the portal.
Sam? I thought you were dead.
I got better.
What happened?
This thing doesn't have GPS.
No, I meant to you. What happened to you?
Oh, the usual stuff. Got drugged on a train, jumped from a plane, talked to my future self, and now I don't know how to get to Tunguska.
I don't even... Okay, give me a sec.
Thanks, Quinn. Always a pleasure.
This is non-standard use of vehicle.
Oh, it's him.
Fly me to the Noom.
I do not understand.
No? How about, don't lose your head?
You confuse me. Is this joke?
Okay, soldier. You have no sense of humor. Which way to the big battle? Thanks. Have a nice day.
It is not likely.
It's a sad day for Dimitri. But it is what it is. We got a goal to go to. We got a new friend. We have buttons to switch between gadgets in the bottom right and a constant ammo counter. Because the game got patched sometime. I think before I even played the previous level. I didn't really realize. But apparently, I can now switch gadgets without having it equipped. I could just do this. Look how quick this is. Oh my god. I hadn't even actually tested it until now, but it works like a charm. And I'm actually pretty happy about this. Let's go listen to Bill Corwin. Get our grenade launcher, which was also apparently patched in. I saw it in a patch note. And let's head onwards
If I still had complaint or
to this guy speaking forever.
This is Bill at Radio Free Earth with a thought for today. You know, we humans, we've spent the last few millennia constantly at war with one another. And to be perfectly honest, most of it for really dumb reasons. It's actually quite tragic. But maybe we can turn it around. Maybe it means something. Because now we have to fight. And if there's one positive thing about all these thousands of years of fighting, it's this. We've gotten really good at it. You hear that, Mental? This is one hell of a badass planet, and you're not getting it. Corwin out.
That's why they called it Serious Sam 4 Planet Badass. I think. Because I remember it being kind of difficult to find that subtitle. later on. It was just called Serious Sam 4, I think, after a while, but you get it. The thought's still there, and that's what matters. We got ourselves a secret area already. We got ourselves a staticky radio, which that one's done now. We're ready to fight some crime. I should really at least maybe raise the graphics at least a little bit so that not everything is completely yellow, but it's too late for that now. We've gotten too far. And I know the moment I'm gonna mess with settings, we're gonna be here for the next 2 hours while I try to infuriate myself. I see you over there. I'll get to you in a second. But yeah, here we go. There's a reasonable chance that this is the final level of the game, based on what I've read from comments and other such things. But I'm curious. Curious what we're gonna see. Curious if Dimitri's... Did he just leave? I mean, there's a good chance Dimitri just left, I suppose. I mean, I understand. He was not having a great day, but I kind of thought Dimitri would at least join us a little bit more than he did. Maybe should have paid more attention. Oh, well, that's probably fine. Or perhaps Dimitri went to this secondary area where we can get Rage Serum. Alright, that's fine, I guess.
Sam, you're heading for an EDF forward operating base that we recently lost touch with. Could you check it out for me?
Sure thing.
I will also say, if there's another giant portal there with like 4 fights into it, I don't know.
Can you tell me where to go?
Canyon.
You don't actually need my help, right?
Nope.
Because a canyon is a straight line.
Yep.
And you couldn't possibly get lost in it.
Correctamundo.
But
you really wanted that joke.
I love how well you understand me.
I mean, I'm gonna get lost. Like, I'm gonna be fair. I felt that as a personal attack to me, but I understand. That's just the way it is sometimes. There's some people there, probably friends. That's why they're green, because green means positive. What is that, though? I did just say, I hope there's not another one of those portals. That kind of looks suspiciously like a big portal over there next to the big old ship that we've been seeing for a while now. Ah, well. We'll see if I have to deal with a portal or not, I guess. What? Oh, come on. I was just heading in your area. There's no need to immediately start attacking me like this. It's playing the Serious Sam 2 music. Sorry, second encounter. Very different game. Okay, yep, there we go. We're off to a good start. I'm just gonna chill out and do some melee attacks here. I feel like all the other enemies are gonna have no chance to get here nearly as fast as these guys that can just fly here. So I think I got myself a good choice made here to just get myself some more health. Hopefully, provided I don't accidentally take any damage by accident. Because there was a biomechanoid coming in my direction, but yeah, it's a really long path that they have to take. I don't actually know what happened to the biomechanoid. He seems to have just stopped. Didn't kill the biomechanoid, did I? Man, now I'm starting to forget everything. It's been a long year, y'all. I don't remember anything anymore. Hang on, what? Is it? Did I kill the I didn't kill the biomechanoid. I probably didn't do that, right? Did he just sort of die on his own? Maybe that happened. That's a lot of processed people. Everyone please form a straight line to me so I may shoot rockets. That would just be really convenient. If I just shoot like a couple, because I'm going to be able to get my rockets back the moment I go back to that big old box. So that would just be really peachy. I could just use a hack drone, I guess, as well. That would probably work. Alright. Yeah, let's just shoot a couple of these. Just keep shooting in that direction. This will probably work out reasonably. I should probably use the grenade launcher a bit here as well, because I mean, it has the thing, right, where it explodes and makes a light. That would just be nice. Plus I'm running out of rockets right now, which is also not great. But I mean, it did a pretty good job. Anything else? Any friends? I mean, I'm liking the music a lot, but that's really just because it reminds me of the second encounter. Which is also a game in the Serious Sam series. One could argue an older game, depending on where you believe in the Serious Sam timeline, where apparently Kenny can still be alive in certain bearded Serious Sam timelines, so who knows? The pyramid was getting activated. Could be a Serious Sam First Encounter reference. Could just be a whole different world. Maybe next Serious Sam we're just playing as Old Man Sam trying to help Kenny over a pyramid. I'd play it. I'm interested in that level of shenanigans myself. Please don't summon a whole bunch of stuff when I get over there, because I just used up all my rockets on a bunch of tiny men. But this does look like the kind of shape that looks like rockets. There we go. It was a good choice. There we go. So I read a comment that said that the patch should have stopped, well, a patch at some point should have stopped the life gadget animation every time I pick one up, and I think it's working quite well. Anyway, what do we got over here? I mean, I've seen the big box that says open me, but curious about all the other things. There was a lot of minigun ammo, that's kind of nice. A lot of sniper rifle ammo, infinite rockets, possibly a C4? No, even more rockets. 2 boxes for infinite rockets, that just seems like a lot. But that's fair.
The base is secure, but I don't see any survivors. Sorry, Quinn.
You know, I told General Brand this would happen, but did he listen to me? No! Nobody ever listens to Quinn. I have a degree in crisis management, but does that matter? Nope. We just do whatever stupid thing General Brand comes up with, and then everybody dies.
He did turn out to be a really bad general.
So true.
So true. He was a pretty bad general, all things considered, I guess. Especially the part where he went evil and killed everyone. Like, that's not very generally. It's not a very good general thing to do, I would argue. But then again, I'm not a general, and I don't know what the required qualifications are to be a general, but I assume there's some sort of leadership involved. And he did seem to have some decent leadership over those dudes in the train, I guess. I mean, we're still alive, so maybe not the best leadership. It's hard to wage it. Like, what kind of scale do you even gauge this on, you know? I'd argue that to some people, I'm pretty sure something just spawned there. Yeah, there we go. That's actually a rocket. It's a whole bunch of stuff. Are you serious? It took me a while to even realize what was happening. I'm not gonna lie, I got a little bit confused there. Should just shoot 2 rockets every time, I guess, because that makes the homing happen, and that's really all I need from this. I'm uncertain. Is it like just a bunch of purple dudes next to this? That's another red biomechanoid over there. I have Rage Serum in case I need to run. I also have a minigun, I guess, but I'm really tempted to just use a lot of rockets right now on account that there's just so many of them. And it seems like the most cost-effective way that I can eventually rebuild my arsenal afterwards again, so that's kind of nice. I'm a little bit worried right now about my situation, but I feel like the other red biomechanoids are also feeling... The rockets are just the best way to go in this situation. I don't know. 8 rockets. There's someone running there with the speed of a demon right there. What is that? Oh, it's a hammer guy. Okay, yeah, I remember those enemies. I kind of forgot they existed. Yeah, that's what I figured. Alright. Time for some fun. Let's just run around for a bit. I recall realizing there was a button I could press for certain attacks with the flamethrower man. Or the bull? Was it the bull? I don't even remember anymore. Gonna be honest, my memory is a little spotty, as I have mentioned before. It's another fun memory joke to say the same thing a couple times. Actually, yeah, this works. Does it work? This is actually a little bit troublesome. I'm kind of curious where those kamikazes are. Like, I hear them. But I'm having a little bit of trouble seeing them. Quick save. Oh god, I did not expect that to hit me. Like, there's a kamikaze right here, and I will just run my man into it. Because I think the best strategy here is probably just keep switching just cars again, right? On account of the invincibility and all. It may seem a little silly. One could argue that this makes the challenge a little bit ridiculous. Seeing as there's a bunch of biomechanoids that are just killing everyone in the background. But I would argue, if one has this many hammers at his disposal, why not whale? Why not whale with them? I'm sure there's at least one person out there who agrees with that sentiment. Now, can I get my rocket launcher ammo back? I'm surprised how well this is going so far, if I'm being honest. Maybe I should have just used the rocket launcher a bit more in this game. I probably haven't used it enough, all things considered. There's some weird ones. Oh, are those the shield boys? Oh, they probably are the shield boys, huh? Alright. That one's nearly dead. I kind of forgot about the shield boys existing as well, because... I don't know, it's just been a while since we've seen a lot of enemies, I guess. It's been a minute. Come on, aim at that one. Oh, there's another hammer boy. And the body of a biomechanoid. I was really worried that a tank was heading my way, but it was just a body. So no worries there. Alright, so what we have left, none of these other guys can actually hit me. No, they are just purple. But the bullets sometimes just go. Are you still alive? Really? Did my rockets not reach you yet? Is that the reason? Yeah. Yeah, it just took a minute. Okay. Alright, so there's a big wall of purple people. On this corner, there's another hammer boy. They do keep surprising me, those large hammered friends, but not effectively enough, I would argue. I mean, I'm just gonna get my rocket ammo back, and then I think I'm just gonna go wacky with it, because there's rockets waiting for me in the place where we're going as well. I haven't fully explored this place, but I got a good feeling we got all the secrets here for no reason. I'm basing this on nothing. But, yeah, I know. I mean, I could just explore right now, because it's not like the purple dudes actually do anything. I mean, there's this place. I have no recollection of ever seeing this, so it's always good. The lights are going a bit weird. Like, I don't know if it's just me, but it seems like every step I take, the shadows seem to switch colors, and I'm not really sure what's going on there. But maybe I'm just not supposed to be in this little corridor over here. I don't know. Look at me getting lost in a canyon. Look at how that happens. It wasn't a joke. It was a joke, but it wasn't a joke at the same time. That's all I'm trying to say. Now, if I had a chainsaw right now, I would go full force chainsaw, I think, because that just seems like a lot of fun. But as it stands, we got a lot of rockets. Look at that. Isn't that more fun? Like, do these guys just have homing attacks now every now and then, or am I confusing homing with something else? Did we get him? Like, something's still making the boom sounds. Are you alive? It would appear so. Well, that was nice. We got some rage serum. We had a nice conversation with Quinn, who we remembered existed, so that's nice. We remembered General Brand's name, forever known as Bruce Willis, because I'm gonna be real, I forget. Yeah, I don't know. The colors just seem real weird in this level for some reason. Like it's glowing whenever I'm moving. It's specifically when I'm moving as well, not when I'm standing still to try and see what's going on. So I don't know. It's just a really confusing time. I miss Dimitri personally. I think Dimitri would probably have an answer to all of these questions, but I'm probably not supposed to be on top of this, am I? Like, it says to go that way, but I'm just real curious if... Just making a little peek over the hill over here, just making sure. Because it is quite easy to just get on top of this, you know? Like, the body's right there, he's not disappearing. But also, the more I walk in this direction, the more kind of horrible flashing is going on continuously, and that makes me more wary to go in this place, because... It's the kind of, like, continuous color change that makes me just not want to play. But there is something over there, so that's good. So, one could argue that... I mean, eventually we're going to be there anyway. Because it's like one road leading there. I guess we just go in that direction. That probably seems fine. But we just gotta remember there's a secret area up there. Otherwise, we're going to miss out on precious loot. I'm also missing out on 3 rockets.
You on foot? What happened to the snowmobile?
Had to ditch it in a canoe's face.
Ah, hurry up or you'll miss all the fun.
I'm working on it.
Don't worry, I'll save you a few.
I'm marginally bothered by the continuous switches of pronunciation of enemy names as he sang Noom in the cutscene, but then he says Knoom in a conversation with Hellfire. I mean, it could just be like a wyvern kind of thing that is just a lot of debate on how to actually say it properly. And then there's like a couple people that are like, just say whatever, as long as we know what you mean. Maybe Sam's just like, he just changes it depending on who he's talking to, because it makes the other people feel more comfortable. And I would argue that's leadership quality. I appreciate that. So really, good job, Sam, for being who you are. Please tell me that's not a bunch of snipers. Doesn't seem to be. I think that's just a bunch of dudes. Is this... Alright, I'm a little concerned, because I recall playing through Serious Sam 3, the 2 times that I did, and going, wow, there sure are a lot of purple enemies in this level. Kinda sucks. Isn't really that interesting for long periods of time. And... it's starting. I'm kinda hoping we're not gonna get the same deal, because I got into a lot of arguments about that one. Which is weird, because usually I play through a Serious Sam game and then I just sort of go on with my life. But specifically me being negative about the final level of Serious Sam 3 has probably caused the most arguments I've ever had about a video game. But it does help that in this game, every enemy is considerably more powerful than it was in every other Serious Sam game. So at least there's a bit more to consider in the whole thing, because even when I see a single Gnar, I'm like, well, I might just get sort of weirdly bugged stuck inside of him, and that could just be really awkward. So, you know, it could go either way. The red dudes are just destroying me right now as well from a distance, so there's a lot going on. But I think my strategy of just going back to the place that has all the rockets is probably not going to be the worst idea I've ever had. On account that it's a tight corridor, and it has infinite rockets waiting for me. I feel like I'm less likely to get trapped by a bunch of Gnars like surrounding me, as I have had happen many on occasion. And I'm already back at the rocket place, so that seems kind of good too. This level's just gonna be rockets to level, I'm assuming, but that is a very effective strategy that I just haven't really used so far, so I'm feeling it. I'm enjoying different experiences from time to time. Probably shouldn't be opening this every single rocket that I shoot, but again, I cannot overemphasize how terrified I am of even a single Gnar. With how many of them have just gotten me stuck in stupid places, and I just don't really feel like dealing with that nonsense for the rest of my life if I could manage that. So we're just gonna chill here for a bit. There's actually no reason not to fight here, I feel, because this is just so much better than trying to deal with this amount of stuff in a giant open area. So I don't mind. Gonna shoot a couple of rockets. The 2 rocket strategy for homing missiles, it's just lovely. I feel like I'm finally learning how a person is actually supposed to play this game when not using the ride enemies mechanic. Because I feel like it's either one or the other, where the ride enemies mechanic has proven itself in many ways. If you can get on one enemy during a fight, there's a good chance you can get on a couple more. And if you can get on several enemies, you're effectively invulnerable for the remainder of the fight. And that's just very nice. Look at how many enemies there were, though. It's a good thing that I have been given these provisions that require me to not think. Because once again, I am not well equipped to dealing with the challenges this game has when there's not a bull. The moment there is a bull or a dude with hammer, like at that point I'm feeling pretty confident that we're gonna win. But the moment I have to think about something, I'm going back to the old strategy of just put them in a canyon, and then we're probably good to go as well. But again, the moment any of them decide to just like flank me or anything, I'm gonna be in big trouble. There's gonna be a lot of deaths waiting for me, but I'm surprised that I haven't died yet, all things considered. Feeling pretty good about that. Now, there is the possibility of more secret areas hiding on top of large cliff faces, but That's okay. Like, there's a lot of ammo for different weapons that I also could have used, I suppose, but when you give me a box filled with infinite rocket launcher ammo, and then the option to quickly go back to that place on the very first pretty large fight, I'm just feeling pretty good about that choice. Thought it was an enemy. It was a tree. Got scared by a tree. Going pretty good. Yeah. My tiny little shed, middle of the battlefield. That's where I would put my tiny shed as well. A lot of good choices made by the people that designed this place, I would say. Good job, shed team. I'd like to be on the team that just places sheds on battlegrounds. I think that would be an interesting job. Filling them would definitely be, like, a more troublesome task, and that's probably why they didn't bother. But if I would have to fill a task, it would probably go to a different department. I'm willing to put a shed somewhere, but after that, actually thinking of sensible things to put in that shed, like a cool shovel, I could probably do that. A lawnmower? Probably not necessary. There's not that much grass in this place. Plus, with an area this big, you'd probably want one of those little cars that you ride instead. One of the little mobiles. That's not what you want. That's not what you want at all. Anyway, yeah, I would wager that for an area this big, there's no way it's, like, probably even legal to have to mow this much by just walking next to one of those things, you know, that you push. But truth be told, I've never ridden one of those little lawnmowers. I think it's a little dream of everyone that's ever lived to, at least at some point in their lives, sit on one of those tiny lawnmowers and just mow a lawn for a bit, because that's, like, very therapeutic. It's just a nice little task that just sort of completes itself, which is nice. As you see, I am slowly running to the infinite rockets again, on account that also this enemy, very terrifying the moment there is even one, because they just whittle you down. I don't really feel like going all the way back, but you get the idea. I might actually use all my rockets on this guy though, so you know, maybe I'll go all the way back. Nope, careful now. Look at that, that's just lovely. I mean, if I could get all my rockets back here, that would just be really convenient, because there's another red biomechanoid over there, and seeing as they're all coming down that hill, I mean, there's just the potential for a lot of red biomechanoids there, and I don't particularly wish to deal with that. There's also a purple thing up there, which I don't know how to deal with. I have one rocket. This one's gonna count. That sounds like a bull. Never mind. We're invincible. Get over here, friend. Oh no. That was, that got instantly scarier due to the fact that I suddenly got attacked. Also, this enemy that I'm riding has one of those bars again that tells me how long I can sit on it, so that's also kind of nice. I'm uncertain if it was just bugged out for those clowns or not, but either way, it's back again now, so that's nice. Anyway, we're just gonna chill here for a while, pick up some rockets now and then, deal with the green balls from a distance. Probably go back and grab some more minigun ammo in a second. I'm a little bit more tempted to go back to the infinite rocket ammo place, actually, because, well, I used a lot of rockets, and I don't see a lot of rockets anymore. And I'm a little bit concerned that I'm going to need even more rockets than the ones I've already used. Like, all the minigun ammo that I'm getting right now, it's pretty effective, I'm not going to lie. But one of these cool little bulls is a pretty good way of getting all the way back and then all the way back here again. Only with significantly more rockets. There are some choices being made here, and I stand by them. Anyway. Let's kill you. Kill one of those. A couple of headshots with the rockets would be nice and lovely. One more bull. There we go. And as the bar slowly drains, I will just get off the bull, grab some rockets, continue on my merry way. That's actually a lot of rockets just lying on the floor. Alright, you look over there for a second. Oh boy. That instantly went wrong. Put me on exactly 69 health, which has made me more confident about my combat skills. And ready to move on. No concerns. I can probably heal back up somewhere on this battlefield. There were a couple of health items, and if need be, still have 5 life. power-ups as well. Plus this place is pretty big. There's gotta be at least like a couple things over here, right? Grab that. Let's go see what's all the way over there. Nice thing about vehicles, like bulls, you suddenly feel a lot more inclined to actually try and go all the way to the edge of the world. Because walking here, that's a pretty big distance, but bull riding, that gets you there. Just gotta keep an eye on the bar lowering, slowly but surely. But other than that, we got a good view, we got some nice music, occasionally a small flashback to Serious Sam the Second Encounter. That's all you really need to have a good time, I would argue. Let's go grab everything that's blue. Oh, alright. Goodbye, my friend. It's been good. You were very useful for a short period of time, but as with all enemies in this game, you eventually just sort of disappeared because you were in the world for too long. And unfortunately, bulls, biomechanoids, any enemy, you just wait for roughly 2 rides of a bull. And yeah, that's it. Gone. Gone from this earth. Or wherever we may be. I guess we're probably still in France because the spaceship's over there. Although I guess I don't know how much time actually passed between getting drugged on a train and now. So who knows? We might just be on a different planet at this point as well, I suppose. It's not impossible. Little pathway over here. That's just lovely. Yeah, that's great. I'm feeling really good about that one. There was definitely something there, right? I could have sworn I saw something. Maybe I'm losing my mind again, because, again, it's just been a really tough time lately. Oh, there's something over there, too. There's actually just a lot of stuff in here, but it is going to require a lot of walking, and I wouldn't have minded if my ride hadn't disappeared from existence. That would have just been really cool. Alright, but it is what it is, you know. Yeah, there's definitely something up there. And preferably I don't just fall down because I touched a ledge weird. But we'll see if it happens again. Because if it does, suddenly I'll just jump on top of it. It's going to be really amazing. There we go. Lovely. Lovely. Rage serum. Very nice. Let's just keep walking on this very narrow path because I kind of want to just stay up top of here. It was completely unnecessary. There's actually a very large thing over here. Cool. Very nice. Very bueno, as they say, no? Alright. I'm sure we'll find a way to get that. Whatever that is. I'm sure we'll find a way. Let's focus on the other side for now, because there was another purple flashing thing on this side too. Was it just up here? I actually don't know. Completely uncertain right now about my bearings and where stuff was. But I could believe it being over here. I don't know. Just very curious about that at this point. I probably would have been over there somewhere, right? Like next to those little pillars over there. That would just be a lovely place to place a thing. An object, one would say. Might just be up there. I'm completely losing my cell phone in this place. Let's get down here for a second. Because these enemies were coming down this hill, I guess. Probably. Seems about right. There's a reasonable chance that there is actually something up here. Coming from this direction. We shall find out shortly. There's weapons. Weapons are fun. Well, we got auto shotgun, devastator. Didn't have that one yet, so that's lovely. But no sign of anything purple for as far as I can tell. Hello, friend. There we go. Alright, that's just cool. I'm not even gonna use my heart on that because, quite frankly, I took infinite damage from the abyss. It's what happened there. Alright, let's try that again. I was feeling pretty good about how that went. Yeah, let's just try that again. You get over here. Just get on the man with the hammer. Chill here for a bit. Hopefully not kill every man with a hammer before we kill all the other things. There we go. That's the wrong thing to do in this situation. Oh, again, wrong. There we go. That's lovely. That's just wonderful. I've made it up top of this hill, I have. Alright, that actually makes this significantly easier. Because they probably can't reach me up here. So I'm just gonna do this. Shoot a couple of these bad boys. A couple of them Explodo grenades. Maybe they can reach this place, actually. But almost certainly not intentional for me to be up here. But I'm keeping my eye on this place. Yeah, I figured. I did not trust that even remotely. I could just ride one of you back down there, I guess, because I'm feeling pretty good. Okay, never mind. Feeling less inclined to try and do that. Oh boy. But there's definitely going to be more of you coming in my direction. There we go. They'll get here in the end. And this is probably not the most effective way to live life, but you know what? Eventually, you just learn to live with it. You just learn to live with the fact that you're using every single creature as an enemy, as a monster, as a vehicle, as whatever. We're leaving. Goodbye. Hello. Don't mind me. I'm just trying to leave this horrible place right now. Not entirely safe to do this, I think. Let's see if we can make it work. Let's see if we can make this work. I think, I don't know. We might have the room here at least. Hammer guy coming in my direction. I'm guessing that Knum died. I'm not sure if that's a great guess to make. I'm hoping it works out. Because I don't really want to do all that again. I secretly quick save, so I know I won't. But you know, I still don't particularly want to do all this again. A lot of hammer boys. But no Knum, so that's lovely. Yeah, these hammers are so strong. For a second. For exactly 1 second, they are so strong. There we go. No, apparently not. Apparently not. Let's just use this. I mean, this never works out, but you know what? Bail out. Have a good day. There we go. Provided we just run away from where we are, that does actually seem to work quite effectively. But it's a surprisingly large amount of enemies. Wasn't really ready to deal with all of this. And even the enemies are just killing each other, provided that I'm just sort of in this direction. Which doesn't really help. I'm just gonna get rid of these. This is just making things significantly more complicated otherwise. But we'll get it done. We'll get it done. So far not minding this level so much though, all things considered. Like, this is kind of what you expect from a late game serious sound level. Just big areas and shooting. So I'm more or less getting what I expected, and I can appreciate that. Hello there, friend. I could actually use you, because I'm feeling a bit out in the open here. There you go. Not so much out in the open, I guess, but more that this place is kind of large. But unfortunately I have to fight one Gnar, and he's just too darn close to me. I was kind of figuring that this guy would probably be at least a little bit quicker than running. And I think that was the last one, so that's convenient. But oof. 2 deaths so far, 1 to falling, but the other one to enemies. Fortunately I had an extra life, but still pretty spooky. I'm guessing that is actually the direction I'm supposed to go though. Unless this leads around the corner, but I don't think it does. This guy's very loud. Louder than most things we've encountered so far. But I wonder if that does mean I have to go all the way around this place. Just for that secret area, because this is pretty big. Maybe I'll just get there eventually, because there is ammo and stuff up there as well. I don't know. It's hard to tell from up here. Down here. Down up here. I'm just going to keep going in this direction, I think. Because I wouldn't be surprised if somewhere along the line I could probably just jump on top of that and get the thing, good day, and so forth. But I don't know if I can be bothered if I'm being real here. It's just kind of tedious to do that. I could definitely get on top of this hill through the help of some enemies, so that was kind of nice, I guess. I didn't use that weapon, so I'm guessing I still can't pick much more of that up. I'm a little concerned about my ammo situation, but I mean, not much more than I usually am, I suppose. So with all that in mind, let's just move on. This guy's gonna be angry in a little bit. Meter's going down, but that's okay. And this is just a big old snowy place. None of my concern. I'm gonna go on this way. Alright, so yeah, this is where all the enemies were going to reach me. Which again was just very convenient that they had to go all the way around like that, because, I mean, that's a pathway that you gotta take right there. But I'm curious, if I can get on a hill anywhere here, I think I can go all the way around. But I don't think that's immediately likely. Unless it's over there. Actually, it's just over there, isn't it? Yeah. Yeah, it probably actually is. Alright, I mean, that's just a place we'll reach then eventually. Yeah, let's not go next to all the processed. I'm just gonna just park my car over here, I think, and then just start shooting. Bye, friend. There you go. Not frequently that I use the knife, so I should be happy when I can. This might be my downfall. Because there's actually a pretty large amount. It's a good thing that didn't start attacking me when I got close, because I was riding a hammer friend, and I mean, who would distrust one of those, you know? Let's just get one of those. Oh, that actually works pretty well. Just like a temporary shooty while you reload your gun. You should probably be doing that more often. I don't like the green balls, though. Not appreciating that very much. Please leave. Thank you very much. Second one. Third one. Too many green ball dispatches. Not in... Oh my god, please, though. I was being positive about you for a minute, but now you're throwing so many green ball people. All running in a straight line towards me. Please don't do that. That's just a waste of my time. I'm busy here. I'm trying to make some progress in this terrible world. This ruined landscape. With an occasional abyss every now and then that insta-kills me. Which I'd prefer to avoid. Because it does look like I can just jump down here and then walk the remaining path, but I'm guessing the moment I jump down here I die instantly. Because that seems just reasonable. But that does ask the question. If anything were to jump at me over here, would they die? Because I think that would just be neat. I'm gonna shoot those guys because they're not gonna actually jump towards me, I think, but it's not really the greatest weapon choice I've ever made. Could probably kick a couple down there though, that'd be fun, but again, the trees kind of obscure this place just a little bit too much for that, I feel. I think there's scrapjacks. Alright, never mind. We're out of this place. We're just gonna chill here for a bit. Have a good time. And spiders. Alright. Didn't even see those. I'm kind of happy that I'm going with the stand next to a corner strategy on this one, because I'm feeling a little bit scared otherwise. Yeah, pistols probably wouldn't have worked amazingly here. Possibly not terribly, given all of these things, but not amazingly. There is just a lot of stuff here that I'm not really liking to deal with. Really just the scrapjacks now I'm thinking about it. Like, these things are a little bit annoying, but the scrapjacks in combination with all these things, that's really the main problem here. Shield boys, I mean, obviously they're a little bit annoying, but it might just be the one? Not sure. They do shoot a lot. I got one of those boys, you can get a lot of rockets. Slaps hood of car. Y'all get it. We've all been there. Okay, and this is why I don't like NARS. I guess the reason why I don't like NARS in this game is just the way they're used. They're always used in the millions. And it does make them significantly more capable. Just put 1 million of them in there and then Presumably they'll get some work done there. And they're usually right. Nice little silent moments every time you finish a fight though, that's kind of lovely. I just need to remember there's a secret area up there, because I don't want to forget that. Because any extra life I can get right now is probably pretty good to have. Another shield man. More like that's just one of them. That's actually insane how many rockets one of those shield boys can drop, but there you go. Ah, what a lovely time. I should probably use more than 2 weapons, but so far it's working out pretty well. I'm not dissatisfied by my purchases. So what can you do? Pick up a couple of stuff here. I'm just curious, does this kill you? I mean, it's unlikely, right? But at the same time, that's like a big old thing there with the ship. Yeah, that seems about right. Really, I just wanted a sip of water. That's really the main thing, but it's good to verify these things. Weird though, because there's just not been that many abysses in this game. Like, thinking about it, that might just be one of the first ones outside of the ones that you just sort of fall into a really, really big hole by going out of bounds really far. But even with those, you could usually just wiggle your way around the world and then probably find some ridiculous way to deal with it. Just gonna stand there. Just gonna chill. There's even a shield boy, wow. Where are you? Sometimes you just gotta wake them up a bit. Wow, the pistol does not work against these shields, huh? I mean, it kinda does if you have 2 of them, but... surprisingly good shield. I guess I never really tested how good the shields even are.
You should be able to make radio contact with the others soon.
Sam, it is imperative that you stop General Brandt. The artifact he has stolen contains a powerful neutrino generator. Its neutron flux capacity is unparalleled. It must not fall into Mental's hands.
I have no idea what you just said.
You must kill General Brandt.
Now that I understand.
That's a lot clearer. I'm not. That's factual. Also, it's very slippery over here for some reason. Not really sure. Probably don't want me to get on top of this hill, but you know I wanna. Because this hill's really the only thing stopping me from having some shenanigan happen. But at the same time, bobsledding is pretty fun, so there is that to consider as well, I suppose. But I'm willing. I'm just gonna make a little guess and say that if I were to save in the middle of that slide and then load that save file, I will be standing entirely still and capable of just leaving. But who knows? It does seem like they've guarded this place at least a little bit, so that's kind of nice. But there you go. Just your classic bobsled barrier that they use to stop you from going back there. It's a classic. You can't beat the classics in some ways. I mean, this is just stupid. It's the little things. Let's just move on. Sometimes you just gotta keep your electricity somewhere. It is like that sometimes. Oh my god, that's actually so many things. Kinda curious how well this works though. Pretty okay. Pretty okay. Not even making the ammo go down as quickly as I would have expected, if I'm being real. Given how just devastating this is. Also, apparently the thing does more damage if it makes the teacup sound, so that's kind of good. Teapot, not teacup. It's probably not good if your teacup makes this sound. As a teacup expert, probably not great. Don't like that Gnome there. That might actually be a really big problem if I don't deal with that quickly. Tempted to use a gadget. What gadgets do I have? I have life. I mean, this works pretty well, I guess. Yeah. I mean, that's actually just really cool. Like, for real though, that's actually just a lot of fun. I understand that it cost me all of my electricity, but that was just a really fun thing to do. And it has been something that I haven't really been able to do in the previous levels, just due to the sheer lack of electricity for the laser gun. So, you know what? Fair enough, Serious Sam 4. That was entertaining to me. I'm happy I got that upgrade a few levels ago. What is inside this box? Probably the laser gun upgrade. That seems about reasonable. Would have been really unfortunate if I hadn't had that upgrade yet and found it at that moment. That would probably make me cry at least a little, but you know what? I got to use it. So is this the secret area? I'm quick saving in case I fall down. Because I will. It's so tempting to just fall down, you know? It's over there. Okay. This is just a cool little bit. But I am a little curious about this bit as well. There's nothing here. But you know, what if there was? I could walk up that ledge a bit weirdly, so that was kind of exciting. There's a good chance I'm gonna load that quick save in a second. Yeah, that's just gonna get you stuck entirely there. I mean, is it? Almost certainly, right? Yeah, well, look at that. Look at what we've just done. Very well done. It's really just another excuse to have another sip of water there. At this point, I'm going for every single excuse I can find. Because I'm thirsty. And I just want to get some more sips. Anyway, I found my way up this hill finally. Surpassing the bobsled barrier that they have created. And I am just curious about the potential of this. Because the whole abyss thing, right? There's gotta be a way around the abyss. I mean, I understand that it's called the abyss, and that's usually pretty, like... not meant to go in there. Oh god. Okay, never mind. The place is slippier than it looks. The slip radius starts roughly over here on next to these sticks. So that does make life a little bit more complicated. Alright. Fair play. Well done, Serious Sam. You have once again prevented me from getting past your bobsled. That's a very normal sentence, and with that I will move on. I should use the auto shotgun more often. I should use the Devastator more often. I should use several of these things more frequently. But when you got yourself a rocket launcher, and a laser gun, and a minigun, do you really need anything else? Not when you get 50 more rockets in the middle of a field. That's what I always say. The game's safe by itself, so you know there's gonna be bad guys. I will ignore my own warning and instead try to go to that secret area. Here. Yeah, okay. After all this time, we have found... Rage Serum, I guess? I don't know, it said right-click to use or something, and then I just sort of... I fell apart. That's what happened. I completely lost all focus and guidance in my world. Thought there was a secret area up there. It's the top of the portal. Let's just keep moving on, I think. Yeah, that seems about right. Let's just shoot a bunch of rockets all over the place. While I refill any second now. Next to one of these cool boxes. That's just so much fire. I do think they did a pretty good job on this level so far, though. Given the other levels. This is more or less what I want from a Serious Sam game at this stage of the game. And I think they're doing it successfully. Especially just the opportunity to use the laser gun, I thought that was really cool. Like that one's one of the few memorable moments of this place so far, and I just think that's really neat. That's a lot of harpies up in the sky, and I walked really far away from the rocket box. Not gonna be a problem? Potentially. 9 rockets. But the Devastator exists. And I have perfect aim. Sometimes. What are you doing here? That's not nice. That's really inconvenient. combination of events. Let's just run wildly and ignore the witch altogether. What a great idea. Thanks, I made it. There's a second witch to my left. Like, I don't know, even the sound design is working. Like, this is like a whole new standard for this game. Like, the game actually functions. And I've just not really had that experience in this game so far. I'm obviously gonna die in a second, but still, I'm just very pleased about this whole situation. God, I need to hit shots. Let's just eat one of these. Like, for real though, there's been so many instances of this game falling apart in so many different places. But especially the sound design has felt so lackluster compared to the other Serious Sam games. And for the first time, I could safely say the words, "There is another enemy to my left," without having seen it. And I don't understand why it's taken the whole game to actually come to that realization. Maybe it's just because the witches are loud. Because let's be real, for someone that whispers, they're probably the loudest enemy in the game. But, like, what? Just very confused. It's just been a very confusing experience, this game. And I don't know, I genuinely don't fully know how to feel about some of the things in this game, but that was definitely a realization of the sound design in this game is just all over the place. And I don't know if they fixed it in a patch or something, or maybe it was just coincidence that for the first time there was just a loud enemy next to me and I decided to, like, pay attention to the sound design. But my god. So far, I am genuinely, in terms of Serious Sam game fun, having more fun in this level than any other level so far. It does help that in this level, I guess I have the most patched version of the game and actually have access to, like, being able to switch my gadgets and stuff like that. Like, there's been a lot of updates since the first version of this game. And there's just, like, a certain expectation from the last level of a Serious Sam game as well, like what you're gonna get, and usually they get that pretty well. Because in terms of, like, exploring this place, there's obviously not really that much going on. It's just a bunch of forests, but, I mean, it looks nice. The music is, like, a nice little remake of the second encounter music that's been going on every time we fight a fight. I'm gonna be real. I just really like the second encounter. I love the Grand Cathedral even to this day, and I could play it for the rest of my life. Probably not, that's a lie, but I could play it for a while. And it's just nice to be reminded of the good times, you know? Sometimes that's all you really need. Just a nice little reminder of, oh yeah, that game also exists. And as a whole, I would probably wager that if I had to play one of the two again, I'd just pick Second Encounter again because it's my favorite one in the series, but the things this level specifically is doing is just, it's doing it very well. I appreciate that. Maybe it's just because I haven't died yet, I'm not salty, but maybe, I don't know, it's hard to tell. I do feel like they're actually genuinely doing good things in this level, and it's just surprising. It's just kind of a shame, because it's the same thing with Serious Sam 2. Not the second encounter, but 2 this time. I'm genuinely lost right now, by the way, so if I'm running in circles, then I'm very sorry. But the thing about Serious Sam 2 is that it has some amazing levels, and then there's everything in between. And that's kind of, now that I'm thinking about it, I guess it's kind of the same in this game for me as well. Like, there's some genuinely great stuff that I love to see in a Serious Sam game. I don't really want to go in that direction. And then there's some, like, I enjoyed exploring this game, but I don't think I'm very eager to do a second playthrough of it, just because it doesn't work. You can't explore something twice, because you already know what to see.
I'm pretty sure the big battle's the other way.
Yeah, I'm pretty sure the big battle's the other way as well. I mean, we just got a cannon. Let's just get this show on the road. But yeah, I'm just gonna be thinking about stuff for a while. Oh, okay, I'm definitely gonna die here. But let's just eat one of these. Throw one of these out of mix as well, actually. And quickly just destroy everything with the just sheer amount of range serums that we have, because we do actually have quite a lot of the things. But really the combination of the enemies is the problem, and if I can just deal with the troublesome part, then I can probably deal with the remainders like this just fine. There's some flying enemies as well, and I am missing that guy forever, wow. This is not great. Alright, we got onto one. This is so many. This is so many dudes. Look at how many this is. I pressed right click by accident because I'm a fool. Oh boy. Oh, this is a mess. Oh jeez. Okay, we're fine. Oh gee, oh god. There's no way. Just casually switch to the cannon. Alright. Let's try this. There's a lot of bulls. Probably should have just kept to the cannon, honestly, but that's fine. Gotta use those extra lives somewhere. Preferably on the final boss, not on something like this, but what are you gonna do? I got an achievement for killing enemies with cannons, I think. That's pretty great. I did kill a pretty significant amount of enemies with a couple of those cannonballs, I reckon. Let's just keep doing this for a while. Proper serious Sam stuff. Shooting a cannon, killing some things. Dying to a rocket. You know, just classic stuff. Oh, that's a quick save. Maybe it was an autosave, actually. I'm not 100% sure on that one, but... Okay. I mean, this is fine. At least now I'm aware of what's going to happen. And perhaps that's going to put me in a slightly better position. Immediately took a rocket to the face there, I think, but it didn't really do that much damage. Kind of just want to get on a bull and leave. Like, that's really... If I could do that... Oh, boy. I feel like I'm going to be fine. But there is a lot of Nars and a lot of bulls here. And this is kind of a dead end. I kind of need to get on him over here, I guess. And then just... sorry, pardon me. Don't mind me. I'm just having a good time. Just ride him a bull. Can just make a nice line out of him. Yeah, we're solid. This is fine. Oh no. That's not what you want to see. That's not what you want to see. None of these things are things you want to see. Nope. Just a whole bunch of big no-no. Okay, we got onto one of them. I'm surprised I'm getting these one cannonball power-ups, but I guess that's the thing where you have enemies drop stuff. That is a thing that happens. Oh boy. Okay, just need to deal with the bad ones first. Alright, we're good to go. Feeling pretty safe right now. Okay, yep, definitely just ran right into that. But not the worst situation. Casual quick save in the middle of fight. What could go wrong? Nothing, that's what. I am completely safe here. Whew. I mean, I'm already basically celebrating the victory of this fight, even though it's definitely not over yet, but I don't know, I'm feeling better about life right now. God, finally getting to use the cannon as well. Like, there's just a lot of weapons that there hasn't really been a very good place to use them. Because there just haven't been that many open areas for as far as I can remember since getting the cannon. I should get the Devastator out, I think. Maybe not. There was a lot of rockets flying towards that singular enemy. What a lovely day. C4? That's not what I wanted. You know I'm gonna forget those exist immediately. I've already forgotten picking them up. But we're gonna be running around here for a second to just pick up some ammo here, I think. Anyway, I kind of forgot what I was talking about. It was more or less along the lines of this game is Serious Sam 2 again. Which I guess in some ways it kind of is, because there's a lot of humor, specific stuff in this game that has some Serious Sam 2-esque qualities to it, just a little bit less over the top. Which at the time, yeah, people didn't really like Serious Sam 2. It also has the technical issues of Serious Sam 2, which is that the game does not run very well on a lot of systems. I mean, I guess if I bought like a high-end video card now, rather than a 1080, it would probably run better, but 1080 usually runs most things right now, so it's like, eh. But it was also a game, like Serious Sam 2 was used for benchmarks of like video cards and stuff for like 10 years after that game came out. It was kind of ridiculous how long that game was used for benchmarking video cards. And I'm curious if people are going to do the same with this game, just due to the performance of this game right now. But it has been very hit or miss with people as well. There's actually one of those things. I haven't seen one of those in a while. Like, some people claim they have no problems running this game at all. And I mean, let's be frank, I was one of those people until I reached France, and then suddenly they decided to put the entirety of France in like 4 maps in a row, and it just didn't run very well. Which is fair, because it's just a lot of stuff just continuously visible. But it's a little tedious that that happens halfway through the game. Because that way you can't really make a very good judgment whether or not stuff runs. It's also one of the things that has a tendency to happen with a lot of the like fan maps of the old Serious Sam games as well. Like, there's a couple amazing first and second encounter, I guess Serious Sam Classic Revolution or whatever it's called, level packs. And there's also Bright Island, and they have a tendency to reach this point that suddenly they're like, you know what, let's make a really big level and not fill it with anything. And then suddenly the game runs at 4 frames per second because the game just is not made for really big things. And that's how it kind of feels in this game as well. I don't like how many things are happening right now. I'm kind of making a mess of things. Like, the game runs fine in the first couple of levels when there's just not that much. Like, obviously, the level space is huge, because you can go out of bounds and explore for longer than a human life, but there is just a lot of nothing there, and plus, I'm guessing most of that is unloaded pretty much all the time, which makes it a little bit more bearable on the old computer. And the moment they decide to put the whole game in one level, it doesn't run so good. And there's probably a correlation to be found there. This is a lot of damage that I'm taking. But I don't want to do all this again. I made a quick save just now, just in case I even have the idea of doing it again. Right, there was also a quick use gadget button. And I put that on right alt because I couldn't think of a button to put that on. But maybe that's something I should be using more. Anyway, let's kill some Nooms or Knooms. Deciding how you're feeling that day. Don't need to hit those headshots though, because otherwise it just does take a long period of time. I guess I should just be shooting rockets right now. Anyway, moral of the story: making games is hard. Is the full conclusion of that long-winded explanation that didn't really go anywhere. Other than me saying that I like certain things and not other things. Really, I just like games that run. Like, out of all things, you can make the best game in the world, and if it runs at 2 frames per second, I will just not play it. It's not for me. And there probably are people that can appreciate games, even when they run like that, simply due to the fact that they're doing cool things. But if it's a slug, if it just runs like a slug, then I will not live that slug life, is what I'm trying to say, I guess, maybe. Anyway, I'm expecting death to be happening soon. I guess I should just use the cannon a bit more. Because I do still have that cannon. And that does take care of a lot of big things really quickly, but I just forget about the cannon. There's so many things to remember in this game. One of them is the cannon. The other one is the laser gun death ray. Just remembered that one too. I guess that is also a thing that I don't really hate about this game, but it's just there's so much stuff. And that's obviously not a bad thing. But I forget half of it exists, which is a problem because some of it is just really, really strong. Like the moment I right click anything here, it's gonna be dead. Because that's just how powerful that beam is. It takes some ammo, but not even like an exaggerated amount or anything. It's a reasonable choice to use that weapon modification. But I just forget it exists because there's 15 other weapon modifications that I could also be using at any given time. It's just a little overwhelming, I guess. Anyway, I hope one day I'm going to be able to leave this this tiny gap that I've created over here. I made a couple quick saves during this fight already, just in case, because I don't really feel like doing this again. I have like 4 more rage serums, I think, so I can probably, if need be, just use one of those and just leave this place. Go to a safer location, probably herd them to a different place, and move on with my life that way. But it is what it is. I'm just chilling here with my many assault rifles and my many kamikaze friends that are specifically just kamikazes. It's kind of weird. Like, this is the kind of fight I would have been okay if it was over by now, because the thing about kamikazes is that they have to get next to you, and they're not. They are not getting close to me. And all the other enemy types seem to have died already because I shot a cannon a few times. And at this point, I'm not really doing ammo management either, I'm just waiting. So, if y'all could be dead anytime soon, that would be lovely. Oh god, okay, that's a worm, that's fair enough. Or a snake. A worm snake? I don't really know what kind of enemy that is now that I'm actually thinking about it. I am thinking about just shooting a whole heck of a ton of rockets at those things from here and then just refueling, I guess. Probably not the worst idea I've ever had. I don't know if the rockets are actually going to reach all the way over there, but I don't really know how else to deal with it. There's just a lot of worms. I don't even know if any of them are hitting, but you know what? Let's just try. Like, obviously, they're trying to hit me as well using the same strategy, and I'm hoping we're not shooting the same rockets, because that would... I mean, it would make this fight a little bit silly. But at the same time, I could kind of appreciate it if we were both just doing nothing. Like, that would just be neat. Oh, I think I just killed one. Alright. Yeah, I guess I would argue that this probably works then. It's kind of tedious, but you know what? These things cost a lot of ammo to kill, and I don't really want to be low on ammo in this level. Oh, a tree appeared out of nowhere. I mean, that doesn't help, obviously. Come on. Yeah, they are shooting a lot. But you know, I will just run back to that box again. So help me. If this does not kill them. I'm just looking at my rockets right now. Because it does take them a while to actually reach, but I definitely hurt a lot of them. But they're so far away. Like, it's even... Alright, kill another one. Cool. Yeah. Alright, that one's dead too. And that one's been hit a couple times. But, like, if I shoot the Devastator from over here, it takes so long to even reach that I don't really know where to aim. Although I guess I could just aim at the front of them, and then eventually it would probably hit the back, but... there's only one left. I might as well just go full cheese. I mean... we've already cheesed so much of this. Is this even cheese? Just being far away from something? I don't know if that even would qualify. Now that I'm thinking about it. But my rockets do have a significantly longer range than their rockets, and that seems a little bit unfair. I don't know if it is. But it definitely seems so, you know? Let's just do that. get some more rockets back. I think I'm guessing by the time I'm all the way over there, they're probably gonna be dead, right? Can't really see my rockets either. That kind of makes this whole thing a bit anticlimactic, but I mean, what can you do? Is this C4 or is this... Yeah, they both died. Alright, cool. Also, those were rockets as well, so I didn't need to walk back that far. Neat. Alright. That was not the best fight, but it existed. Also, there were rockets over here as well. Yep, also rockets. I guess I had some options. Guess I didn't need to go all the way back, but at the same time, there were a lot of kamikazes that fight, and I got scared of being anywhere close to anything there. So I'm gonna say it was a good idea. 500 meters away from the goal. No more extra lives. I'm just feeling good about stuff. What is happening here? Also, now that I'm in the ranting mood anyway, a lot of people have said they hated the secrets in this game, and I think that's fair enough. There's not that many super interesting secrets in this game, and that's unfortunate. I guess probably the more unfortunate thing is how many jumping puzzle related secrets there are in a game that doesn't have very good jumping. Because I think in a game that would work better, those secrets would be more interesting. But as it stands, it's just very tedious to try and get some of these, especially when you're trying to get all the secrets. You can just be doing the same thing over and over, and sometimes you don't slide off. And apparently it's like frame rate related as well. What I understood from someone linking me a video that I didn't watch because I didn't want to see spoilers, but I kind of am curious after making this, I guess, what the jumping is like, because sometimes you just go, and other times it is such a mess. But also there's just not that many super interesting things, I guess. What's going on? A lot of screaming. Oh, I guess this is where the prologue is, huh? Oh, yeah.
Who started the party without me?
You're late. Good to have you back, boss.
Sam, I'm sending you the coordinates to a resupply point. I suggest you head there.
You say the cleverest things.
I know.
Do you think that guy's just gonna go to me, or is like all the other stuff over there more interesting? Because he's just moving to the left right now. Anyway, I decided to watch a video called Secrets in Serious Sam the First Encounter and Secrets in Serious Sam the Second Encounter, because I was just kind of curious. I forgot most of them. And I think... Yeah, okay, he's just... Alright, fine. For the most part, the Secrets in Serious Sam the First Encounter are kind of similar to the ones in this game, in that there's just a thing, there's like an area, and like behind a wall or something there's a thing. And occasionally there's like some amazing stuff, like the one room where the gravity is turned all the way around, like there's a ball in the middle and the room is just round and you can walk on the ceilings and stuff like that. Enemy artillery dealt a 2,000 damage to me. Alright, cool. Anyway. Oh, and here I am. Alright, let's just load a quick save. Anyway. Like, stuff like that. And there's a handful of things in this game that are kinda neat. I don't know what is going on over there, but it looks very strange. They just all keep jumping up and down. Like, there's the big Rocketeer guy, who's kind of fun. Because it was like a mini-boss type of thing. Does this tank move, do you think? No, this is a tank on the battlefield. Can I get in this tank? No. It's just sitting around here, I guess. Alright. But, yeah.
Can you see the general?
Not yet, but I bet he's around somewhere.
I should probably just be focusing on this game at this point. There's actually kind of a lot going on, and the thing is I have like one specific goal to run towards, and I just kind of feel like running towards that goal. Like, these enemies are sort of all dying by themselves.
To that outpost.
On it.
Lead the attack. Alright, easy. Let me grab my sniper rifle that I just acquired from here to lead. I mean, a good general is always in the back somewhere, right? Just chilling. I'm curious, like, what happens if I just run forward? Because All the enemies here don't care that much about me. Ooh, that's definitely gonna kill me. Never mind. Okay. Maybe running forward, not the strategy. But to be fair, it told me to lead the attack, and I am a very angry leader. Alright, so I guess we gotta do some shooting at least. Probably kind of want to get on top of an enemy, if I'm being honest. If I had one bull, I could probably make it all the way to the end. I'm feeling confident about that statement. Yeah, very confident. Is that the general guy over there? The one with the big blue stick creating death? That would probably do it, right? If I could just ride him, that would really make the fight a lot easier, I think. I'm definitely gonna die. Alright, I need like some form of strategy here, I think, because what I'm doing right now is just not very effective. But that guy over there, like, oh, he's teleporting. Oh, that's what's happening. If I just shoot that guy a lot, is that good? Good old General Brandt. I just focus him down a lot with the Devastator. Yeah, I'm assuming he's dead by now, right? I'm not sure if I'm even hitting him. Like, he's definitely teleporting back and forth over and over. And maybe I should just go there, because he seems to be jumping to the same place every single time. But I'm guessing the artillery is about to kill me any second now. Classic artillery, you know, it is what it is. But if not, let's just try standing over here somewhere. Where's my laser gun? There it is. Oh, now he's going over there. Oh, that sneaky bastard. He saw through my tricks. Unfortunately, I cannot see through the sun, and that's actually making this significantly more difficult to see what is happening where. But you know what? I'm just gonna chill in the back there and just kill a bunch of biomechanoids, I think. Oh god, the sun is just really bright, huh? Because leading the charge seems to be not the best way to live life. I think I might actually kill those biomechanoids over there, though. Because they are a little bit in an awkward position. Although... Those do seem to be the ones that are both not focused on me and... Okay, this is getting a little tedious. Let's just use my heart and see if I can even reach that enemy. Never mind. Teleports me to the middle of the battlefield. Cool. Alright. I guess we're just walking forward and just shooting our way through then. I think it just... One thing I'm actually kind of curious about. If I do this, and then use a Hollow Duke. Never mind. I get insta-killed by... I think it might have actually been enemy artillery again. If, or the Octanian Gamma Trooper dealing 48 damage in 0.1 seconds. I guess that could... one or the other. Alright, where am I? Somewhere in this fight. Let's just shoot a bunch. Let's just shoot a bunch of dudes. Slowly walk forward with our many friends. That'll probably have some effect. I'm not really sure what indicates a functioning strategy here in this mess. But it is interesting. I mean, there's a lot of enemies. There's certainly a lot more enemies than you ordinarily see in your standard serious Sun game, so that's pretty neat, I suppose. Like, from a technical standpoint, it does seem pretty interesting. You can really only see the biomechanoids, and everything else is just sort of a blur of smoke, but, you know, it's still a lot of stuff. How many enemies have I killed so far? God knows. But that General Brandt jumping around places is keeping my interest a lot. Really, the sun is taking away a lot of the interest of this place due to just how damn bright that gosh darn thing is. Let's just eat one of these. But I don't really, I'm just gonna keep shooting and run forward for a while, and then hope that I didn't run too far forward to die. But I am just kinda shooting. I'm running back again to the refuel point. Oh, I barely moved forward. Oh, that's actually kinda disappointing. What did I get from that? Did I get minigun ammo from that? Auto shotgun shells. And I don't know what I'm getting from these things. Let's just shoot for a while. Let's just see what happens. Maybe I'm just overthinking this. Maybe the strat is to just sit here and just get my minigun and Devastator ammo and just shoot stuff. Give them hell. Yeah, sure. You got it. Because that General Brandt probably getting chipped down as well by the various forces that are running over here. I'm a little confused, story-wise, about the amount of people that we have available. And the fact that Kenny's alive. I mean, I guess, like, Sam's a time traveler with a beard now, so I guess in, like, a future place he goes back to save Kenny and friends and lead this charge and save the day, or whatever. Which is followed by Serious Sam 3, where he fails. But yeah, I don't know. I don't fully understand the lore of this Serious Sam game. But maybe I haven't beaten the game yet either, so maybe we'll see, I suppose. But I am curious when I can stop doing this. I kind of just want to run forward and shoot some stuff and go. Wait, where is the marker of where I'm supposed to go? Maybe I am just supposed to sit here and just shoot stuff. Maybe I really am overthinking this, because my marker has disappeared on where to go. And it really is just lead the attack at this point, so you're just gonna chill here somewhere. It's just... There's just not that much going on. I have an infinite health container and an infinite ammo container waiting next to me. I'm killing a lot of biomechanoids, so I just feel like this is not the way to be. I guess I could just shoot General Grant for an extended period of time. I haven't really been trying to do that. But he's just so far away all the time. We'll figure it out eventually. Like, shooting him does not seem to do anything at all. He does not care. He does not care even slightly. So let's try running forward again. It's been a while since we tried that. I mean, the lady did just say charge, so you know what? Maybe this is the charge. Oh boy. Then I take damage from an infinite amount of lasers in front of me, and I'm like, well, maybe that's not the way. But then the marker has come back, so that's nice. Occasionally. I'm just gonna lead the attack. I'm sure we'll get through this nightmare of an attack over here. Just gotta thin the herd a little. Oh, that thing happened. That's nice.
Damn it! You keep getting uglier. Oh, shit.
I, Howard Brand, the last human, the beast of the apocalypse, have summoned thee, Oog San, O great warlock, O mightiest servant of Tahum, to present thee with a gift for the One Infinite. This prisoner, Almighty One, is your most hated adversary, Sam Stone. The Lord of Unreason will be most pleased to see him humbled. Let this tribute be the start of a great and powerful alliance. Together, we shall bring about the end of history!
Solid. It's very quiet. It's a very quiet moment. I guess I got deafened by his large middle finger there. Which is fair, it was quite large. Oh,
Samuel, the creature appears to be using the rods to recharge his vital energy.
rods.
Must destroy them.
I need a way to get up
Oh,
Give me a sec. I have an idea. Sam, I'm dropping a grappling hook and a parachute.
All the tools you'll need to go Oogzon climbing.
Thanks, babe. Let's get grappling.
alright, please wait for this parachute to fall all the way down.
Don't forget to take some C4. We got plenty over here.
Excuse me, please don't shoot lasers at my parachute. That was just C4 explosives. That's not a grappling hook. I looked at the wrong. Sorry, one moment, please. I gotta get this box. Excuse me. All right, grappling hook. Yeah. Alright, let's try that again. I mean, where do I put the thing? I just like sneak around over here for a bit. Just another blue little. Oh, those are jump pads. Okay, I'm starting to understand what you mean. I'm starting to get what you're. Sure. Let's just use that extra life to try and find out some more information. I took 3 times 60 damage from good old Oogzon there. Ooh. My grappling hook does just go, so that's kind of lovely, I guess. Not really sure where his weapons are, but something about rods. Is that a rod? I don't know. No, that's probably still a jump pad, isn't it? Yeah, that makes sense. It would be weird if that suddenly became a rod. There we go. There we go. That's lovely. We're doing something. Having some trouble finding rods here, but not impossible.
This is gonna blow.
I mean, I'm not gonna lie. It's just a little tedious, isn't it? Let's just break that. I tried to detonate the C4. It didn't really happen, I think, but. Alright, 6 out of 9. There we go. Very nice. Very good. Where's some C4? I feel like I'm running pretty low right now. Cannot seemingly stop using this parachute, which is also a little frustrating, but just gonna take all of that. Got some health and armor back. All in all, would it be cool if any of these people would shoot up any point during this fight? But what can you do? There's a lot of stuff going on. I can understand that you'd get a little bit distracted by the giant creature in front of us. So I suppose I shouldn't be too disappointed, but this is a problem that I, for one, do not wish to deal with. Where are the remaining rods? I think that's one of them. I'm starting to realize I didn't actually pick up any C4.
Just a pinch of C4.
So I'm guessing that's probably C4 then. Because I need at least one more, I think. Just let me jump down. Yeah, that's 10 C4 explosives. Let's go over there and hopefully not get her destroyed by that. That's just great. I picked up nothing from that box. Okay, that's an empty box. That's just really unfortunate. Maybe that's the one that had the parachute in it initially and now contains nothing. A little rude. Alright, that's a little bit better at least. Get one of these. Okay. Oh my god, you are doing so much damage with your weapons. Yeah, you just dealt about 200 damage to me there. That's a little bit unfortunate.
Just a pinch of C4.
My autosave appears to be right there. That's pretty great. The lack of control I have over this parachute is going to end me in real life, which is a tad unfortunate. My grappling hook did nothing for a long time there, and I took a lot of damage because of it. Oh my god. that a rod? No. Genuinely have no idea where the remaining rods are. Also, not sure what's shooting those blue balls, but they are massive and destructive. Maybe that's the part. Please let me just be 8 out of 9. Just need to destroy one more. Just need to find the last one. Is that it? That looks right. Oh, come on. Oh, he's shooting it from his mouth. There you go. Figured out the source of the problem. It's his face.
Charges set.
Good work, babe!
Blown to hell, boss! Couldn't have exploded that better myself.
That
Ain't
was
about size, it's about technique.
that was the least fun
Somebody order a
sequence
Mac?
I have experienced in this game so far. Oh my god, please let this end though.
Set.
Good work, babe!
Blown to hell, boss! Couldn't have exploded that better myself.
It ain't about size, it's about technique.
Somebody order a mech.
Okay. Let's get into other sequence of events that I also don't enjoy. The mech. Alright. You know, one fun thing was that people were like, if you could just leave the mech at any point, how would it be realistic if suddenly Sam just jumps back in and out? The thing's way too big, but you know, he just goes. In this one, he just jumps in. Doesn't need stairs. He just goes in. Anyway, I'm just gonna be holding all the buttons at the same time and hoping for the best. And I think as long as I don't get hit by his weird eye lasers, seems fine. He is quite large. I guess my mech is kind of tiny compared to the previous mechs that I have ridden so far. Please don't hit me with your laser, though. He's got no more health bar. Let's just destroy everything else around us for... Okay.
Yes! We did it!
I fear the creature is only temporarily stunned. If you do not act, it will rise again. But how do we kill it?
I have just the thing. Hellfire! I'm gonna need wings.
Your wish is my command.
Oh no, you don't. Take that, snake stick.
Sam, did you just break the Holy Grail?
Yep. That thing's gonna blow! Yep,
Hey, boys, did you miss me?
you're right on time.
Wanna go for a ride? Say hi to the big fella?
You betcha. Open wide. That went straight to his head.
I would have said, don't lose your head.
Already did that one today.
That was one hell of a migraine.
This is getting very cerebral.
Things came to a head.
Brain drain is a serious issue.
Talk about a head rush.
I guess he couldn't get it out of his head.
No, wait. I got it. We blew his mind.
Perfect.
Yep, That's the one.
I hate it when I come up with the right one-liner 5 minutes after I kill the monster.
Yeah, it's the worst.
The life so short, the craft so long to learn.
I had pun block for a week once.
It's never happened to me.
You think this is the end? You think you've won? You have no idea what Tahum is capable of. He will destroy this planet, and nothing...
Just in case.
Oh, and by the way, tell Mental, Earth says hi. And then I jumped out of the plane right over the Arctic Ocean.
And you survived how?
He's serious, Sam?
That is not an explanation. I'm Rodriguez the Ram. When I jumped off a hooker's bicycle, I broke my
I know.
pelvis.
There's a theory that states...
Oh God, not again. It's not a theory when some whack job just comes up with some random stuff, Carter. Anyone can do that. I can do it. Dogs invented the moon. My grandmother was a reptiloid. Sam is a time traveler.
Yeah, that'd be crazy.
There's a hypothesis.
So, how did you guys escape from the Harvester?
Oh, it was so badass.
It was gross.
They tried to probe us.
What? Nobody tried to probe me.
Me neither. Carter, I think they singled you out. Did you tell them one of your theories? Sorry, I mean hypotheses.
Well, you would have been next. They went after me first because of my intel.
Yeah, keep telling yourself that.
Man, that was a long mission.
Oh, yeah.
At least we got to see the sights.
You know, Rome was pretty cool. Especially the Vatican. You know, before Sam blew it up.
Hey, I only blew up part of it.
France was awesome. But I'm part French, you know, I'm biased.
You're part French, too?
Of course. French is the language of love. And I am all about the loving.
Ew.
Yo, pass me the marshmallows.
Rodriguez ate them all.
Damn it.
Let's call Quinn and order more.
You know, she's a communications officer, not your personal assistant.
We're out of beer.
Damn it! Quinn, we need more beer.
Hey, you remember when Kenny lost his shoe?
Poor Kenny.
He was a good kid.
I wish Father Mikhail was here.
So you could torture the poor man with your theories?
Well, I choose to believe that he enjoyed our conversations.
Man, I wish we could kill Brand some more.
How many times have we saved the Earth now?
I don't know, like 7, 8?
Are we counting Beijing?
Definitely.
What about Oslo?
I don't think that counts. Plus, you ran over that nun.
I keep telling you guys, she came out of nowhere.
How many more times do you think we can pull this off, saving the planet?
As many as we have to.
No way we're all gonna make it.
Speak for yourself.
Well, whoever's left at the end will have to find a way. There's always a way. Sometimes it requires dynamite, but it's always there.
Wow, that got dark fast.
I got beer.
Quinn, you came!
Beer! You came!
You are my personal assistant.
Oh, shut up, Hellfire.
A toast. Let's raise our beers in memory of absent friends.
To Jones. Miss you, buddy.
To Father Mikhail. I hope they let you take your shotgun into heaven.
To Kenny. You were just getting the hang of it.
So, where do you think they'll send us next?
Someplace warm would be nice.
But not too humid.
How about Egypt?
Americano.
Nana, I have a mission for you.
Silly boy.
Let's do this.
Well, that was cute. That was a fun little ending. I don't know how many enemies I killed in that last level there. I'm kind of curious about that, and I don't know if I can see that at all. 1,693? That's not that many. Would have expected that to be a lot higher as a number, but fair enough. Apparently I got 7 out of 8 secrets. And that was the end of the game. I mean, the level was good. It got a bit confusing at the end. And then the boss fight was a bit of a barely functioning gimmicky mess. But, you know, the level was really good. And I actually really liked that level outside of it. So, yeah, fair enough. It was alright. I think I've said more or less everything I wanted to say. I've more or less ranted about this whole game as the level was being played. But I think overall, the game's fine. People did not like the game when it came out. And I think right now the game is definitely in a much better state than it was on release. Like, a lot of people were having performance issues from the get-go, and now I only have performance issues France and onwards. But also the gadget switching mechanic that they added is just so much better than what it was. Like, unless you use the weapon wheel, otherwise it was unusable for me, at least. Like, it feels so much faster now. And yeah, the patches did like fix a lot of stuff. And I think overall, as I said before, I think for like a first playthrough, this game is really good. I just don't know how well it works if you were to play this again, because the main fun I had for most of the game was exploring the levels. Because I do think this game, I mean, it can look nice. I'm curious if I were to play this in like a couple years with a better PC, that it could run stuff like France better, that I would enjoy it more, because I think the technical problems were really frustrating every now and then. But I think the technical problems were, for me, the main downside of the game. But also, I'm curious what they're going to fix in the future, and if they're going to fix more stuff. Because the main thing also that I guess I did was I sort of overcame most encounters with bugs. Like, riding the enemies is so powerful because it makes you immune to things that I feel it shouldn't make you immune to, and I'm curious if they're ever going to touch that at all. And also the fact that the moment you leave an enemy after it dies, you're invulnerable for a couple of seconds, and most encounters that had a rideable enemy just had several of them. So you just sort of got in this loop that made you invulnerable, and that was it's very odd. Like, it doesn't feel right when you really think about it afterwards. Like, obviously for me, for a first playthrough, I enjoyed it because it made me progress through the game, but it just feels like such a weird way to play the game. And it worked so much. And then the skill tree is just odd. Because some skills are, like riding enemies, is just so much better. Like, so much better than the signpost one or long range melee. Like long range melees obviously has its uses, but the fact that you have to use a skill point on it is absurd to me. But I don't know. Like, thinking back to it, I'm happy I spent like a full week waiting between levels. Partially just because I think I would get a little bit like burnt out on it pretty quickly if I played every level in a row, because it was a case of I just wanted to spend as much time in most levels, apart from one really, as I possibly could, just looking at everything. And I think if I did that just consecutively, I would have just lost my mind. So I'm pretty happy with the way I played it, and maybe that's also why I just enjoyed it more. As I said before, the secrets are unfortunate, because I think if you look at the secret areas in the second encounter specifically, and I think that's really the main one that does it for me, because if you look at the first encounter, there's a lot of just secrets behind a wall. There's 2 secret levels, which people have stopped making because they realize that it's more fun to just have everyone play the whole game rather than a portion of the people. And obviously it's fun that the secret levels exists, but I'm always surprised when I see one these days. It's games like Dusk and Medieval and stuff like that you occasionally still see secret levels. And even those are the only examples I can think of from the top of my head. But that's also just the games I play, I guess. So there's that to consider. But in terms of interesting like the second encounter had so many of these secrets that were just like a little bit of an extra area and stuff like that. And in this game, I don't think there's really anything like that, because you can just go everywhere all the time, because you can just go out of bounds everywhere you go. So I would say a little bit of an extra area, because in the second encounter you have stuff like the little almost Halloween-like pumpkin area in the last level in like a secret area somewhere on the side. And just little bits like that you have in the first encounter. You have the giant pyramid of crates that you can encounter. Like, there's just a whole bunch of stuff. And in this game, I wouldn't have minded more of that stuff. But I wasn't really actively busy with it either, because I did just have a good time jumping. I had a good time jumping, and if I had to like properly record this game and try to do all the jumping puzzles as quickly as possible, I would probably scream after a while, because doing that with a purpose feels less fun than doing it just for fun. I don't know how to explain that emotion, but fair enough. It's a tricky one. Overall, I think I just enjoyed myself, really. There was a lot of enemies. There are some parts of the game that did leave a bit of a sour taste in my mouth, and that was mostly just due to technical problems. I don't really understand the end of this level at all. And boss fights are boss fights, I guess, but this one just felt a bit tedious. I don't like the mech sections in any part of this game, but I think I'm in the minority on that one. But again, that's just more me finding it a bit tedious. And also, I don't understand why enemies disappear after a while. Like on the one hand, I kind of understand, so they don't stay forever. But at the same time, I think it just feels a bit odd when you're riding an enemy and suddenly it disappears out of existence. Like, I can understand if you're in a next area or something, and then enemies from the previous area would disappear or something like that, because most of the levels are just completely linear anyway. I guess that wouldn't really work for stuff like France, thinking about it. I don't know. I'm not going to try to fix this game. It's not my problem. Anyway, I found 7 out of 8 secrets in the last level. I had a good time. I hope y'all did too. This year has been a hellhole, and I hope you all have a better time than I have had with it. But this was fun. We should do this again sometime. I'm not sure what I'm going to record next, if I'm going to record anything next. I have literally no plans from this point, other than maybe playing Heretic again at some point, because that would be nice. But other than that, hope you all have a good new year. And so forth. See you next time. Bye-bye.